and welcome back. Today we are flying out the Harrier Gr.7 and I'm going to compare it to the Gr3 for a little bit because you should be familiar with this one. And the most noticeable difference, other than of course the 3 billion flares and the AIM-9Ls, is this wing shape. These planes are extremely similar, but you can tell the wings of the Gr7 are just a tad bit bigger. And what this means is you get roughly the same acceleration, a little bit more AOA at high speed, roughly the same turning circle. You still dump all your speed, but at lower speeds this thing turns a hell of a lot better and you're not as much as a sitting duck, even if you don't use a thrust vectoring. But the flight performance is of course not the reason this thing resides at 11.0. The real reason is of course going to be the kit. It's mainly focused for ground RB. In air RB, is it particularly good? No, not really, but you can be extremely annoying. This thing, you're kind of just gonna loiter the battlefield. You're going to dive on a furball. You're going to drop your Dookie on them. And you are just going to leave. Because now you can queue these missiles up in a second. It's not 5 seconds anymore. You have AIM-9Ls, you have 4 of them, you have 3 billion flares. And you have the new and improved 25mm Aidens. And I know these are smaller than the 30mm, but these hit quite a bit harder. However, you only have 100 rounds per gun and they will have 1800 rounds per minute. Yeah, that's going to give you a grand total of 3.3 seconds of trigger time, which is less than the F2 Sabre, which has about 4.2, 4.3 seconds on the top of my head. So that's absolutely abysmal. However, that's so fast at 1100 meters a second, and the HVAP in this belt will go 1400 meters a second. The APHC shells here do the most damage in this belt. Stealth might be a bit better, but my luck with ground targets was just slightly better because the shells are a bit quicker, at least half of them, making aiming extremely easy. And I am going to be running this kit right here. Flash with AIM-9Ls, flash with AIM-9Ls, gunport, flare with AIM-9L, flare with AIM-9L. This thing has too many flares. You can run mixed, put on your sequence pop thing, whatever it's called, and you can just forget about it because you'll get a hell of a lot of drops. But the real reason of course will be ground RB, and this will be your loadout. Feel free to pause it if you can't read it quick enough, because I am not gonna read all of these on my own. You can only basically run the pods here unless you of course want this thing, but then you're not gonna have any guns, which is a little bit cringe. There you go, there you go, there you go, and there you go. There's one thing that I am kind of wondering. Can I bring a pod and one cannon? You cannot. That's slightly unfortunate. Yep, you can't. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Before we get into the gameplay, thank you to all my patrons, and if you are looking to buy something from the Guardian store, feel free to use my referral link in the description and you'll get a 3% discount. No decal yet. When it gets there, I'll let you know. So, what's it like? Well, it's a Harrier with AIM-9Ls with infinite flares. The AIM-9Ls feel a lot better, and I can't really say for certain, but it feels like they have a lot better flare resistance as well. They pull in quite a bit harder, they don't overcorrect as much, and they are a hell of a lot harder to dodge without flares and also with them. They're of course all aspect, and if people don't dodge them properly, don't flare properly, don't cut their afterburner properly, they are just simply going to eat shit. A way I deal with radar missiles, AIM-9Fs especially, because they're very hard to deal with. At least they are when you're flying this thing. You just want to make sure you notch them. Don't try to dodge them. It can be done, but I don't recommend it. Just try to notch them. I always like to go a little bit beyond the notch and turn my ass to them. And that way I'm 100% sure that the lock will be broken. The problem is you're still a Harrier, you still lose a lot of speed and you are a massive shit brick. But luckily you also have the damage model of a shit brick. So you should be able to get away with it sometimes. I don't recommend it, but in these situations you're better off trying to not get hit by the Sparrow than trying to be fancy and push a head-on. He would do the same thing. I lock him in the head-on, I don't have to keep locking him. I can simply roll away. He gets hit, we don't. Yeah, you probably expected me to cut that there and pretend I didn't die, but it actually works pretty reliably. Just be sure that you don't do it too late. If you start turning out too late, if you do it too late, you're basically doing the dodge too soon and you lose too much speed and you instantly die. So either do it last second to dodge the missile or try to dodge the missile, or do it prematurely and make sure it doesn't track you altogether. And here we have a Mirage. He spots us at the start of the game and he really likes to kill us. He's going for us pretty hard. He sees a Harrier all alone. And he's going for us. He's really going for us. He's going all in. He shoots his magics at us. We are already pre-flaring. Not sure why even bother to shoot. We're only going 800, 750, 700. And he's going to turn in. But because we are so slow, he's going to end up right in front of us. So we squeeze the trigger. We set him on fire. And down goes Mr. Cheon. He's on fire, but I do want to make sure that he doesn't kill us post-mortem, basically. I'm just going to be flying around him for a little bit and wait until he burns up. Down he goes, but he is not going to be particularly happy about that. So, what can I say? Except L. There you go. Now it's 1v5, and you know what that means. We press be the best, and let's see if we can actually clutch this up. A lot of enemies in front of us. And I just want to make sure that I pick the right targets. That's the main thing. The issue is there are mirages, and I don't know which kind of mirages. So I shoot the first missile at the closest guy. That's tracking, pretty good, he doesn't see it. Second guy, shoot it at the closest guy. Tracking, doesn't seem to see it. SU-7 going slow, tracking, doesn't seem to see it. Closest guy, tracking, doesn't seem to see it. Hey, that's 4 kills in 20 seconds. Thank you for playing the game, and that's 1v5 to 1v1 in about, well, 20 seconds. Yeah. Skillful gaming, isn't it? But that's how you fly this thing, unfortunately. You just come in and sideswipe people, you third-party people, or you sneak up on people. That's the real way you get kills. If you're stuck in a 1v1 and there's a second guy coming in, you are dead. You just lose so much speed to the first guy. So we go ahead on with the Mirage. We lock him up, we shoot his missile down, and then we gun him down with the cannons. He's now crit. He's a little bit faster still, but I still have 3 AIM-9Ls. I lock him up. I fire it. And if he doesn't drop his afterburner, well, you already know what is going to happen, but if he does drop it, he's a crit F1. I still have 2 more of these missiles, and he's gonna run out of speed. I just catch him, and then he dies regardless. So he's kind of out of options from the second I crit him there. And that's the real trick of these guns. They're so quick that it catches people off guard. I think they did dodge in time, and then they've already blown up. The other thing that catches people off guard is how far these missiles go when you shoot it down on people at like 7 kilometers. You see that missile? Let's keep looking at it. It's on its way to Narnia, but don't worry, because it will find the closet. There we go. Pretty ridiculous kill, and yet again, 0 skill required. And that's the beauty of these missiles, and that's why it makes this thing somewhat competitive. Just keep in mind though, you are not very much an apex predator here. You're kind of a rat that hides in the shadows. And then you kind of come out, you stab a few people, you steal their wallets, and then you run away again. You don't want to take any fair fights. If it's one-on-one, maybe, but most enemies can simply run away from you. You lose too much speed too quickly to really have a game presence. So, if you have a decent team, you can make that team a hell of a lot stronger by just existing, coming in, dropping a Dookie on the furball, and exiting the area again. Whereas if your team is already bad and you need to go like 1v2, 1v3 and they're all paying attention, it's game over. So I come in, I sideswipe 2 guys. First guy somehow dodges him. Kind of annoying. F4E coming in as well as an F14. So we're gonna go head on with this guy. We click on him, we shoot, we actually miss. We dodge the F14 after that. And now we are a little bit in a rough spot. F14 pushes in front of us, we set him on fire. F4E however is still behind us, but luckily he's flying away. And he's chasing one of my teammates. Teammates actually kills him. And now we are 1v1 with a Mirage 2000. So we dodge his guns, we go up and over, and here you want to use your thrust vectoring with getting to lower speeds. And keep in mind that at low speeds you are also going to dump more speed. SU-17 doesn't interrupt me, very much appreciated. And we are going to use the thrust vectoring here to basically turn into a helicopter at low speeds. And then it doesn't really matter how well you turn, because all I need to do is point my nose at him. I'm just going to be hovering here. I'm going to try to get my guns on, but it's very awkward in this kind of scenario. So I just lock him up. He's way too hot. And the AIM-9L likes hot targets, and down he goes. We are then going to speed up and try to leave the area. So after we have left the area and we look behind us, yeah, we didn't leave the area at all because they put a blind turn on me as I was running away, and now it's 1v4. And I'm going to show you just how painful this thing is in a 1v4. We pulled in the head on, we crit the first guy, but now we have an F14, another F14, as well as an F3 coming in. So we dodged the first 2 guys, And I can't really turn because then the first F-14 kills us. But, no, it doesn't matter. I just... Look at this. I'm already going 400 after like 2 turns. And I know this is an unwinnable situation. That's not the point. I'm trying to show you just how painful it is if you have to dodge 2 people at once. It simply bleeds too much energy. You are going to be a sitting duck extremely quickly. And you can't really use your thrust vectoring in a 2v1. Because you're just going to be... Well, you're basically a helicopter. And we all know how easily helicopters are killable. Of course, it's very annoying when they can push head-ons with you with the missiles. But when there's 2 or 3 jets circling around you, you can't keep up with it. You are going to eventually die. So we shoot the missile on the first guy. We lock the second guy up as well. F4E, and then we go for the MiG-21. 2 guys down instantly. Shoot the third missile. I'm not even sure why I shoot it. To be honest, I'm just getting kind of greedy because that team is already basically gone. So I'm just going to shoot everything I have to get as many kills as quickly as I can. MiG-21 MF. He's going way too slow. We click. And he goes down as well. And that's 3 kills. And now I'm out of energy. I'm already going 900. Thing doesn't go very fast. It's very easy to get third party at this point. But I want you to take a look at this F5C. We are going to go head on with him and look from the gun sound till the kill how quickly those rounds reach him. And if it wasn't very clear to you, watch it again. Mirage going head on. There's a lot of stock 2000s around, so I'm just going to shoot it. If he doesn't have flares, he dies. He does have flares. It's an F1C. He pulls back in for the head on. I dodge it. I'm not dealing with that. Look behind to see if he's chasing. He is not. Notice the MiG-23. Queue up a missile. Shoot it off. Goodbye. See you in the next game. And now we reset. We're only going 800 again. And now you are vulnerable. Keep looking around. I'm going to fly away from the main pack. Go back to my team. Start locking up the Mirage. Notice it's not worth a shot, so I'm not going to do it. Because he already has everyone going for him. I'm going to keep my missile for a later target. Mirage coming head on. Again, same deal. Maybe it's a stock 2000. It is not. He flares it. Unfortunate. And we need to start looking at our airspeed now because we're only going 700. Lock him up. Notice he's pre-flaring. Going for guns. Also a little bit too close for missiles. I then notice he's turning in. So I'm going to get my nose on. Click him out of the air. And now I'm going to leave in this area of the map. And get my speed up again. And then, hello, it's a Mirage 2000. And the reason I'm going head on is very easy. First of all, I can shoot him. Look how quick these guns are. Actually insane. And secondly, you're gonna have a very hard time flaring magics in this thing. And I can go head on with him and hope he doesn't have the 530D unlocked yet, or turn away and be sure that he has them because he gets magic stock. So I push the head on. I can shoot him. A little bit of a gamble, but you know, I was dead either way, so I'd rather take the one that has a little bit more chance of actually making me survive. Look up the EJ. He's gonna keep afterburning, so I already know what time it is. Bob the Builder says, can we fix it? No, we can't. Absolutely ruined. Mirage coming for us from the right. So what do? We pull into it, try to dodge him, try to go perpendicular, and we instantly go for the reversal. Use a little bit of thrust vectoring there. Line it up. We miss. But we are already dead on the guy 6. So we go to thrust vectoring 0 again, or like straight. I don't hold the trigger long enough. And this is air belts. You can tell they are a lot less efficient, or a lot less effective. A little bit later, we're still trying to regain speed. F4J comes in. We're gonna try and dodge his guns. We are way too slow. Look at the speed bleed. The only reason I survived this is because he has terrible aim. So I'm gonna queue my round up, get a beautiful shot, and it's a crit because I'm using the air belt. We don't get shot down at all. That's an optical illusion. So here we are on Spain, and notice my team, they were directly below me. And I'm just flying overhead. So they start going into these head-ons. What do? I pitch down, I drop my Dookie, and I just leave. That Su-17 is so busy going head-on, he's not going to be looking straight up. No one is. F-4 coming from the top, but hey, there's an F-14 in the match, so he is not allowed to play the game. That's actually how you would summarize most of top tier currently. But notice an Su-27 or 22, Su-27, we're not there just yet. Here we go on my 6, luckily I'm pre-flaring, I dodge him very narrowly. And then he is gonna kill my F4E. Just kidding, he can't aim the water pistol. But I can't really fault him for that, because that gun is absolutely abysmal to aim. I then noticed the MiG-27, and instead of going for the guy that stalled out and can easily turn this into a 1v1, he's gonna go for me. Oh, that's fine. We're gonna go have a little bit of a dogfight, but I'm not able to take this fight, because that MiG-21 is right there. I noticed this. I'm trying to get the shot and I just overlead it. Extremely unlucky, but actually it's just a massive case of skill issue. I notice he's going straight up. He's gonna stall me out if I do that, and I notice the MiG-21 coming in. So for now, I'm gonna go web mode and I'm gonna go straight and try to bank some speed up. We are gonna go get away here. And the main thing is I'm trying to get away from the MiG-27. He's slow. That MiG-21 is going to catch me, no doubt about it. But because of this right now, the MiG-27 was slow to our dogfight. I can now turn around, queue up this missile, and make sure that he gets out of this fight. Down he goes. We are still turning in, and because we're slow, we turn inside of his turning circle. The MiG-21 goes down quite handily, just like that. I then also get some support, so in the end I probably would have survived it anyway. But you know, we're just gonna pretend that's all me. Last game for now, and it will really indicate on how you fly this thing. You really just wanna be never contested, really. And if you looked at the team right there, we are already 4 guys down. Now it's only 2 guys down. Thank you, Mirage, for playing the game. Keep looking around. Another F-14 about to go down. Yes, he is. 1 down. 2 down again. We are still 2 down. And in this meantime, I have not done anything. I'm simply flying around with my dick in my hand because I'm way too slow and I cannot go in first. I am not the aggressor. I need to wait for my team to do something. And I go another 3 and we are again 4 down. 3 down. F-14 going underneath me. Prime target. He is very hot. He's already dropping his afterburner because he has to. But he is rolling around like a madman. I'm not sure how the F-14 does that stuff, honestly. But you know, what can you do about it? If that's a radar missile, it's not going to track because I'm flying directly away from him. If it's an IR missile, it won't have the range to deal with me. We kill another 2 guys and we are getting closer to equal teams. But we need to make sure that we stay around and stay near a teammate. I cannot do this on my own right now. I need to fly with someone so I can help third party people. F-14 dodges the missile of the friendly, goes underneath us, and I'm gonna pull in and shoot his wingtip off. I'm not gonna chase him. It's gonna cost me too much energy. And I'm just gonna keep flying straight and let my teammate clean him up. And I'm gonna go and help the Mirage in front of me. He is in a dogfight with an F-14 and the F-14 is already slow. They're both pretty slow. So I have a feeling that the Mirage is going to lose it, but they full commit head on for whatever reason. And he takes down the F-14. We also get an assist for the F-14 that we took the wingtip off. And now it's looking pretty good. Su-22 coming in. We still have 4 missiles left. I notice this guy is starting the turn, so I'm going to shoot a missile, but he notices my lines and he actually pulls back into my missile. And it makes me miss one. Unlucky. Or again, skill issue. F-14 coming head on. He is looking at the Mirage. 100% certainty. He's not going to be looking on his left. Unlucky. And again, drop the afterburner or the 9L will drop you. And then we have a little bit of a shit mix in front of us. Mr. Yeet! Have an F-14 as well as an F-4J. And the F-4E is not really the main issue here. It's going to be the other 2 because they have pulse Dopplers with those AIM-9Fs. Yeet, however, is going pretty slow. So I'm going to shoot a missile at him again. Drop the afterburner or I'll drop you. And now I don't want to be the first one in. I do not want to be the first one in this kind of scenario. And it's for 2 reasons. I want to be of support of my friendlies. My friendlies are coming in right now. They are bringing their pulse Dopplers. And they are looking pretty good to kill them. I'm going to be turning around. And now, if they don't kill anyone in that head-on, anyone that turns around for them will die to me. Now the Mirages are clear to go for the Su-22. And even if they don't kill him instantly, well, I am still there to support him. You can tell that the F-4J now, if he goes for the Mirages, I kill them. If the F-4J goes for me, the Mirage kill them. However, none of it matters because the Su-22 is an Su-22 and goes down instantly. He goes head on with 3 people at once and he fucking dies. Thank you all for watching. See you all tomorrow.